Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Menken here with Splash Sports. Today is August 9th, 2024. A little recap on yesterday's performance. After having multiple winning days there, we ended up going 1-2. We have a full slate of games, though, here on Friday. I'm jacked up. I absolutely love this card, especially my NRFI plays. I got 2 NRFI plays and 1 YRFI play for you guys. Let's get back on track as we look to cash in some tickets here on Friday. Remember, on this show, all we care about is the first 6 outs of the ball game. Plain and simple. A NRFI means no runs first inning, while YRFI means yes runs first inning. But before I get into those free plays, y'all know what to do. Smash that like button for me and subscribe to my YouTube channel and toggle on that notification button. That way, every time I drop a video, you guys will be notified right away. Let's get back on this winning side. This is a huge weekend, and there are some really good series, and we're starting off with a crosstown rival back in Chicago. For game number 1, we got the Chicago Cubs taking on the Chicago White Sox. Here for the Chicago Cubs, they got Jameson Talon on the mound. He's 7-6, 110 innings of work on the season. In ERA, sitting at a 3.25 here. 86 strikeouts in 40 earned runs for Jameson. He'll be matched up here against the White Sox, Garrett Crochet. He's a 6-8 on the season. An ERA sitting at a 3.19 here, 162 strikeouts. He's averaging a strikeout here per inning in 42 earned runs. You look at what Talon did. He hasn't picked up a win or a loss in his last 2 starts there, the last being against the Cardinals, where he went 6 innings of work, 6 hits, and only 1 earned run in that performance there. And then same with Crochet on the other hand. Hasn't picked up a win or a loss in his last 2 games, the last one being against the Minnesota Twins ball club, where he went 4 innings of work, 1 hit, and 1 earned run there. Let's give you some NRFI stats. Right now, the Cubs are currently 90-27 NRFI record this season. With Talon on the mound, he has a NRFI record of 14-5. The Sox, on the other hand, their NRFI record this season, 95-22 overall. Crochet's record, 20-3 this season. Absolutely great statistics on the NRFI for both of these teams, and they got Crochet on the mound. I'm not worried about Jameson. I think he gets it done. It's a crosstown rivalry here. I think it's going to be a rubber match and a lot tighter game than people expect. That's why in game number 1, between the Chicago White Sox and the Chicago Cubs, we are smacking the NRFI, no runs, first inning. So we're on to game number 2 between the New York Mets and the Seattle Mariners. Here for the New York Mets, they got Jose Quintana on the mound. He's 6-7, 118 innings of work. Does have an ERA just under 4, sitting at a 3.96 here, 94 strikeouts in 52 earned runs for Quintana. He'll be matched up here in Seattle versus Bryce Miller. 8-7, 126 innings of work. Does have an ERA just under 4 as well, sitting at a 3.62, 113 strikeouts and 51 earned runs. Quintana, he's coming off a loss, though, in his last performance against the Los Angeles Angels, going 5 innings of work, 3 hits, and 3 earned runs there. Miller, on the other hand, coming off a win against the Chicago White Sox. He's not coming off a win in his last performance, but his last win was against the White Sox 2 starts ago, where he went 6.1 innings of work, 7 hits, and 3 earned runs in that one. Let me give you a NRFI statistic for both of these teams as well. The New York Mets, they are currently this season 89-26 in NRFIs. With Quintana on the mound, Quintana's record sits at a 14-5 on the season, while the Seattle Mariners' NRFI record overall is 85-31, while Miller's record for NRFIs this season is 18-4. I like picking on the Seattle Mariners, especially when they play at home. It is a pitcher's ballpark, and plus, this Seattle Mariners team is one of the worst teams to jump out ahead of opponents, especially at home. They're lacking in run production offensively, and the New York Mets, they've been picking up steam here. I think Bryce Miller competes and gets off to a hot start, and we'll see what Quintana could do against the struggling offense for the Mariners. That's why in game number 2, between the New York Mets and the Seattle Mariners, we are smacking the NRFI, no runs first inning. So on to our third and final game between the Baltimore Orioles and the Tampa Bay Rays. Here for the Baltimore Orioles, Zach Eflin will be pitching for the Orioles against his old team here. 7-7, 122 innings of work. Does have an ERA over 4, sitting at a 4.05, 97 strikeouts and 55 earned runs for Eflin on the season. He'll be matched up here against his former teammate in the Tampa Bay Rays, Zach Little. He is 5-7 on the season, 119 innings of work. Does have an ERA damn near the same as Eflin at a 4.06 here, 108 strikeouts and 54 earned runs on the season. Little picked up a win in his last performance there against the Houston Astros. Really impressive, where he went 5.2 innings of work, 4 hits, and 1 earned run there. And then Eflin, on the other hand, he's facing his old team, like I said. He got traded at the deadline there. And this is a start. His last start was against the Cleveland Guardians, where he got the win. He went 6.1 innings of work, 5 hits, and 2 earned runs. I just think this Tampa Bay team might know what Zach Eflin is coming out with here. If not, this Baltimore Orioles lineup, especially Holiday, he's starting to hit and produce runs too in the bottom of that order. So we'll see what the Orioles could do there at the top of the first inning, but I like this Tampa Bay Rays team getting to their old teammate in Zach Eflin here in game number 3. That's between the Baltimore Orioles and the Tampa Bay Rays. We are smacking the YRFI. Yes runs first inning. To take a recap of the games I've selected for you today, game number 1 between the Chicago Cubs and the Chicago White Sox, we are smacking the NRFI. Game number 2 between the New York Mets and the Seattle Mariners, we are also smacking the NRFI. And in game number 3 between the Baltimore Orioles and the Tampa Bay Rays, we are smacking the YRFI. Yes runs first inning. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Nick Menken with Splash Sports. If you have not done so, smack that like button for me. Helps me out a ton, and it costs you guys none. And make sure to go follow me over on X. Let's have an absolute start to this weekend. Let's pick back up on the winning side. Best of luck and best bets.